Hey guys.
Hey guys!
Today we're talking about Skip-Bo.
This is the best classic card game
Of all time. So was Skip-Bo good or bad? Well, hearing from what we said, I'd say it's pretty dang good.
Yes, this beat Spite and Malice for us.
Because the games are similar, and a lot of games have beat Spite and Malice because, it's not really that hard to do.
But if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, I love Spite and Malice. And I would play it all the time. It was like my favorite card game. Skip-Bo, beat it.
And they're basically the same.
Yeah, it's the same concept.
Yeah. Previous thoughts. So, when I was playing Spite and Malice, my mom owned like 3 different Skip-Bos. Yes, like 3 of them. And I got rid of all of them because I thought Spite and Malice was more supreme. But then I found this is a Goodwill, which is like the newer version that looks better. Cheaper made, I believe, but still, I really enjoyed this version.
Sorry about the glare, guys.
And the crazy thing is it puts multiple languages in the instructions and on the back of the box.
So my previous thought about this, I don't really remember specifically Skip-Bo, but with any game where you're like, oh, that's just like Love Letter, that's just like this, that's just like that, I'm like, I don't care about if there's an older one, like, let's just enjoy this game. So that's probably how I felt with Spite and Malice versus Skip-Bo, you know. I would love Spite and Malice, you were like, oh, it's just like Skip-Bo, and I'm like, whatever, I like Spite and Malice. But Skip-Bo is so much better. Doesn't have the weird cat cards. Because I know there is Spite and Malice without the, like, cat theme, but...
Yeah, just playing with poker cards.
So I guess Skip-Bo, you could probably play with poker cards, too.
Yeah, the crazy thing is we were called out that this came before Spite and Malice, and I'm like, that's insane.
They did better.
Yeah, I'm like, how did this come first? Didn't Skip-Bo have like their own cards and they weren't played with I don't know, I'd have to do the history on Skip-Bo.
Okay, next we'll say why we love this game.
It also doesn't tell me how many copies sold, so the title might not say, oh, this is an underrated classic, because I don't know how many copies it sold.
You can't even tell I'm holding it with my finger.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
What stood out for me? 30 cards in your stack pile?
Your stockpile, I believe.
Stockpile. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane, because if we were comparing Spite and Malice and Skip-Bo, I'm not grabbing Spite and Malice from this one. My mom owns it now. But for Skip-Bo, you have 30 cards that you're trying to get rid of. But in Spite and Malice, you have, I think, like 8 or something. And you'll draw a card. People will force you to draw a card after they play the 13 or 12 in this game.
And the reason why there's about 7, 8, maybe 9 in Spite and Malice, and there's 30 in a 2-player game of Skip-Bo, is because Skip-Bo has a ton of duplicates.
Way more cards.
Whereas Spite and Malice is like, oh, there's 2 7s, I don't know.
No, there's way more. But the thing also is, this one has... all cards are the same. I mean, not numbers and stuff, but they all go in the same place.
Is it a lot bigger deck, too?
Yes, it is actually a bigger deck. And in Spite and Malice, it has purple-lined cards that are especially for your stockpile. So you are pre-made cards in there. Which I don't know if they put wilds in there. I honestly don't think they do that.
So Skip-Bo, because you're not making someone draw a card like in Spite and Malice, you know, once you spite them... Or is it the Malice?
Malice.
Once you do the Malice 13, the other person has to draw a card. That can be annoying, especially when you're getting down to it. But with 30 cards in Skip-Bo...
And no drawing.
You're not drawing anymore, bud.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I'm like, that's crazy to think about.
I was
30 cards?
So excited because, you know, it's like Spite and Malice, but times 10. You can do a lot more. It's faster, more forgiving, more wilds, too, I think.
Yep, there's more of every single
Just
type of card.
all around friendlier than Spite and Malice.
If we're going into the next topic, or just this topic, the wilds can be anything. So you could store
Obviously.
wild and stuff. No, it's not that. Because in Spider Malice, wilds can't be 1, 2s, or 7s.
Oh, sorry.
Or 13s. And oh my gosh, that 7 roll killed me inside. Because when we are trying to get those 7s and we can't play a wild, we're like, shoot.
Yeah, Spite and Malice has weird rules, like you have to play the 1 immediately, and you have to play the 2 immediately. A wild can't be a 1, 2, 7, or 13.
Yep.
And you have to keep track of all those rules, and you can't store a wild, and. Versus
store
this
1 or
game, just a lot friendlier. They don't say can't as much.
It also doesn't have torturous cats looking like they want to bury you.
Yeah, there's always going to be like, oh, dang it, I wanted to play my 9, and you played yours first. But I'd say I've already said it, it's a lot friendlier.
Yeah.
Better family game, feels like it goes smoother because you have more cards. You're more likely to get the number you need next, especially with the wilds.
Yeah, the thing is, in Spite and Malice, I think it had only like 8 of each card. This game has more wilds than cards. The 1 through 12, there's 12 of each.
Wow.
And for the wilds, they have 18 of each. That many wilds.
The only flaw I can find for this game is just the same element of Spite and Malice of like, sure, you can have a good strategy, but it really comes down to, do you get the cards you need?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I could have an amazing game down to 3, and you're barely getting rid of 2, and that can be frustrating when it's gone so fast,
Yeah, I will say...
and you just can't do anything.
Sorry. I will say for Skippo, it feels way nicer in, like, getting stuck with a hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hilarious that in, like, Spite and Malice, if you get stuck with all wilds and you can't play it, you just show your hand and discard the whole thing.
And Skippo still does the, if you empty your whole hand, 5 more cards.
Yeah, this one feels easier to actually do stuff, and Spite and Malice was way more restrictive, and we never played with the Spites. They were too mean, and we just did not care for them. We played so many times, and we never played with those.
The other thing, we already said it, but like in Spite and Malice, how there's restrictions of play the 1 first, then the 2, can't store a 1 or 2, can't store a wild, like all those restrictions, not having it in this makes the game go by so much smoother.
Yes.
Like, oh, dang it, I need a 2, but I have a wild, and my wild can't be a 2. No. Play your wild.
I love the
But
variant...
only
sorry.
4 build piles. That's the difference.
I love the variant of 10 cards, because that's fair to close...
There's
Or
12.
it's close to Spite and Malice. Start with 10 cards as a variant to make the game faster.
Oh.
So if you're really in a rush, I think if you play with the 10 cards, you'll still have a bunch of fun. We've never done it, though.
If you want a trickier game, Spite and Malice is sure to get you upset. But overall, friendlier, smoother,
Also
less
just looks better.
restrictions, not about cats being menaces. It's just all around better.
Another-
Plus 30 cards!
Another good positive to
30
me is,
cards.
in Spite and Malice, it's like playing cards. They have tiny numbers and a cat in the middle. In this one, they are smacking you in the face with that number. They're like, if you can't see it, well, that's
No
on
one
you.
can.
But literally, they make the numbers bigger, and they also do something cool of the lower numbers are blue, the middle numbers are green, and red is the higher ones. Oh, I just realized they didn't put an 11, they put a Skippo.
Yeah, I found a lot less frustration with Skippo, honestly.
When I first thought of a skip in Skippo, I was thinking of phase 10 where you just skip the player's turn.
One thing I did, and you said it was wrong, I drew an extra card, because in Spite and Malice you start with 4 and then you draw
Yeah.
one. And you're like, girl, now you have 6. So you live and you learn.
Yeah. That was a weird rule. You get 4 cards and you have to draw one at the beginning. Just give them 5 cards.
Yeah. This game gives you more. More cards. More more draw pile, more possibilities to use for your wild, more... What's the stockpile? More stockpile, just more.
And I also, I don't know if you're going to mention this, getting a Skippo in your stockpile is a risk because you have to play that and you don't know what's underneath.
I don't think it's a risk because
It
you
is-
can play it anywhere.
It is though, because like the next card, if you play it in the wrong spot, you're stuck with that other card unless you have what you need. I guess it's
I
not
get
really
it.
a risk, but it's a fun touch. Like Camel Up also does a secrecy thing.
Yeah.
Things can change quickly.
You don't know what's going to be under the Skippo, and so you're trying to think where you should put it, where you can use the card under next.
Yeah,
But you don't know.
If you want games that my sister likes, usually games where the tides can turn so fast, like the game's not over till it's over, is usually games she really likes and satisfying like plays and stuff.
Yes.
So like Camel Up, the camel's moving forward and changing the entire race.
Because it's so much strategy.
Yes.
I mean, in the end, it's luck, but
So getting to
there's strategy.
getting to the easy things of like
What's that?
not just that is other languages.
unpopular opinion, but one thing I would fix about Skippo is that I think if you're down to one card in your stockpile and you haven't gone through the whole deck and had to reshuffle, add 2 cards. You got too lucky.
I still don't know what it means, honestly.
You know, in card games when you go through the whole deck, so you have to reshuffle.
Yeah.
If you are down to 1 card and you didn't have to reshuffle, you got too lucky. Add 2 cards.
I really, guys, please don't play Skippo like that. It doesn't make sense.
You got too lucky. Let's elongate the game. a little
Let
bit.
them have their win.
That lucky. They didn't have to reshuffle at all. One other thing about Skippo that I just realized. It's a little generic. You know how or I guess it's classic. It has that classic look like Monopoly. You're like, it's been done, do better. So Skippo is fun, love playing it, but Spite and Malice has more of that unique flair. Like you haven't seen a card game with mischievous cats, but you have seen Uno ripoff looking thing. Like it's even Uno font. That's all I'm saying. Could be more unique.
So you're ranking?
8.
I
Because
think that too.
even though it's a good game, like I said, it just doesn't have that unique flair. It's like, this looks like DOS and Uno. It even says from the makers of Uno. So it just doesn't look original. It's not really a new concept. It's kind of bland. But it's really fun. So 8.
So I don't think it looks generic to me, or I just think it's like more simple than other really cool games I've played.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to rank this one, honestly, even though I already gave it an 8.
Yeah, like I was saying, there's no flair. Like Spite and Malice has the Spite and Malice cards.
And the cats.
And the cats. This is just, I guess the Skippo are wild.
I like the design better though.
Yeah, it's rainbow. Rainbow. So I think we both agree 8. If not, you can put your ranking down below.
Yeah, if we disagree, it will be in the description.
And comment down below. Did we convince you to get Skippo? Or what are your thoughts on Skippo? Or what's your favorite classic card game? Bye guys.
Bye.